Trump administration has said that the recovery efforts are a 10.
Well, it's a 10 out of 100, I agree to. And I've said that many times. But, you know, who grades themselves in a humanitarian crisis?
Right.
What kind of a leader thinks of grading themselves rather than saying nothing is ever enough when people are surviving and are just working between life and death?
That was San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz, who has had a very public clash with Donald Trump over relief efforts in Puerto Rico. She says it's a life and death situation in rural areas, but even in San Juan, the economic hub of the entire island, you won't believe how people are still struggling. Take a look.
We are approaching La Perla, which is where my grandmother was born and my grandmother lived. I was here last year. It's completely devastated. It doesn't look anything like it looked just last year around Christmas time. This is the church that my family would go to in Old San Juan. What I'm most shocked at is that there aren't people inside. Tourists are usually here. I spoke to one of the priests here, and he said that they have been open since a week after Maria, but that a lot of people seem to think that they're closed. This is Parque de las Palomas. It's usually packed with tourists feeding the birds. Today it's just packed with birds looking for food. They're so hungry. Usually there's so many people here feeding the birds. Not today. Calle Fortaleza is always packed. I can't believe that I can actually look down and not see people. The lack of tourism will devastate Puerto Rico. And you hear all that noise, it's because everything's running on a generator. You have the generator right there. Hola. Buen día. So how is business?
Inexistent in this moment.
Non-existent business.
Non-existent. But if we open the door, we're going to restart the business.
Yes, you're convinced people will come back.
Yes. We have maybe 40% of the shops open. A week ago, maybe 10%.
Oh.
Right next door to the hat shop, it's a big day at Café El Punto. This is the first delivery of fresh produce and meat since the restaurant flooded during the hurricane.
So today you're opening.
I hope so.
7 weeks, no electricity, no business?
No business.
You need the tourists to come back.
Yes.
Is that the message for our viewers?
Yes.
On the other side of San Juan, this popular local bakery reopened immediately after the hurricane, but at a great cost.
He is paying $1,500 a week to run the generator because of the cost of the diesel fuel. He will not be able to continue operating if he doesn't get light very soon, electricity very soon.
Estamos dando un servicio a la clientela que siempre viene.
He says that he's losing money, he's not making money, but after 40 years, he has to serve his community. And also, he employs people, and so without them working, they won't have any. So this is the spirit of the Puerto Rican people. Hola.
I had a chance to meet up with the mayor of San Juan, and she is well aware that the #1 concern of her constituents is electricity.
The truth is that without power, the economy will not start rolling. Without the economy not starting to roll, people cannot go back to work, students cannot go back to school, our medical system is not functioning the way it's supposed to. So, in more ways than one, it's all about power.
It's about 8 o'clock here in Puerto Rico. The big box stores like Sam's Club, they're closed. But in each area of Puerto Rico, you will see dozens of cars waiting like this. People are in their cars and they're waiting for the same thing.
Estoy esperando por generadores.
Generadores, queremos generadores.
Generadores, plantas.
There are people that have been waiting here since noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 7:30 now. Then they're saying that a manager will come out around 10:30 and tell them if they're going to get a little ticket to let them know if they can even buy a generator. If the manager comes out and says no generator, then they'll just go home and maybe come back another day.
In parts of San Juan, it certainly appears that life is getting back to normal. But much of that life is still being powered by generators. And San Juan and the rest of Puerto Rico still have a long road to recovery.
De verdad que le agradecemos de todo corazón, de verdad que sí.
They're saying thank you so much for even shining a light on what the real recovery effort is, because they want people to know that this is the reality of what's going on.
So, I mean, that's what I found. What was I wanted to share this. The mayor of Puerto Rico loved my view hat so much. I took it off my head and I gave it to her, and she sent us these. So she sent us her hats. You know, because she's a real fighter. She is a real fighter.
She is.
She's a real fighter. And again, I think we need to remember, you know, no electricity, no power for 2 months. There has to be some, thank you, Sarah. There has to be some kind of change. And I know people have been emailing me, asking me over and over again how we can help. I myself am still trying to figure that out. And in time, we will post it on our website as to how you can help more than anything. But so go to our social platforms, our website to learn how to help. And in time, I'll provide more information. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what I saw. I honestly thought it would be better.
You did.
I did.
What do you want President Trump to know?
I want him to know that the recovery effort is not a 10. It's a 0. That's what I saw. And I want to make it clear, I'm not talking about the first responders. There were people there, of course, that helped. And the Puerto Rican people are a resilient people, very, very strong, Megan. I know that this president said, well, Puerto Rican people are asking for handouts. That is not true. That is not true. Look at what you saw in terms of the ingenuity. We're not asking for handouts, but as U.S. citizens, we're asking what this government does, what we deserve. That's what we're asking.